I've got some Lazy Boy foam on the bench today. This part is called the back poly assembly, and it fits inside style P1M702 and perhaps some other styles as well. This foam covers the lumbar and middle back section areas, and what's interesting about it is it's got two electrical cables or leads with connectors coming out of the foam because there are electrical parts pre-installed at the factory, and those parts are a heating element and a couple of massage units. So let me show you on the original here. There's what our heating element pad looks like. And then further inside the foam, there's one of our two black plastic massaging units. Now the bad news is if you have any of these electrical parts that fail inside this foam, you can't really replace them separately or even order them separately at the time of this video. So that's the downside. And this part from the local dealer cost the customer about $200. Now the good news is that this foam fits inside a slip cover style back. So the removal and installation can be done by a lot of people and doesn't require a technician. So even though you're paying a lot for the part, you won't have to necessarily pay to have someone install it for you. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But first I want to caution you, if you're thinking about replacing the parts inside here or this unit as a whole, you want to try to make sure that your part failure is actually inside the foam and not elsewhere on the chair, like perhaps the hand control. And the best way to do that is to contact and find a local Lazy Boy dealer that will do repair service, and find a store that actually has this style in stock, so that hopefully their technician can bring out some of those spare electrical parts to plug into your chair to determine what has failed. And if they have a floor model, they can typically bring out a power supply and hand control, etc. So you want to make sure and be absolutely certain that the parts inside here have failed right before you spend that kind of money. But once you're ready to go, let me show you how to install this inside the back. Here's our slipcover back. And here's the open compartment that the padding fits into. So let's go ahead and install it. Now there are a couple of cuts here at the bottom we need to bring the cables through. This one first. Now we want to make sure our foam is going to lay flat inside the compartment. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now we want to pull the zipper together as we're closing it so we don't stress or break the zipper. And be sure to prevent the foam from getting caught in the zipper. All right, so there we got it installed inside the upholstery. Now we're going to feed it out through this other cut here that was made for these leads. Now let's install the back frame. And again, we want to bring the zipper together as we're closing it so we don't stress it, cause it to break. Last but not least, we have to reinstall the back brackets, so let's do that. If the lock levers are really stiff, you want to open them part way or get them started so they're easier when you install it to lock these. Wow, that's tough. It's pretty stiff. Okay, and you'll finish up by reinstalling the back and connecting these leads and testing everything, make sure it works properly.